Hello everyone, this is part 7 of What If Naruto Was Like Gaara, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Last time. Hey Hinata, I've just remembered something, said Naruto. Hinata stopped and turned to him. Www, she stuttered. On the bridge at the Land of Waves, you wanted to tell me something, what was it? Asked Naruto. Hinata's face turned as red could get. Well, I wanted. Come on Hinata, I told you before, how is anyone gonna know what you want if you don't speak up? Said Naruto teasingly. www.ellilliillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillillllillillllillllillllllillllllillllllillllllillllillllillllillllillllillllillllillll. thought as Naruto looked at her in shock. You do, he said in disbelief. All Hinata could do was nod at this point. Hinata, said Naruto. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you, she shouted. What upset me? How could you upset me with that? Do you know how long I've waited for someone to say that to me? Said Naruto. Naruto, said Hinata. Naruto then walked over to her. He wasn't sure why he was doing it, but it felt right. He leaned in and kissed her on the lips. Hinata felt stunned. Naruto's kissing me, oh, what do I do? She thought. Then it was as if it was automatically answered for her as she kissed him back. After about 5 seconds they both released only to breath. I'm sorry Hinata, I shouldn't have done that, said Naruto. Why do I feel this way towards her? What is this feeling? He thought. It's alright Naruto, I'm not mad, she said with a smile on her face. Really? He asked. This time she leaned in and kissed him. After 5 seconds they broke apart. I'll take that as a yes, said Naruto with a smile. She smiled back at him. Then they walked back to her house. To find Hiashi waiting for Hinata. The sight of the two of them holding hands made him smirk, then he put on the stern face look. Hinata, what are you doing? He asked as sternly as he could. FFFAAAATH, her Naruto's JJ just www walking me home, said Hinata. It looks more like he's holding your hand to me, said Hiashi sternly again. I'm sorry sir, it's just I really like your daughter and she likes me too, said Naruto pulling his hand away. This caused Hiashi to give him a death glare. If I ever catch you so much as thinking of any other girl besides Hinata, I'll break your N, said Hiashi, trading his stern look with a smile. You approve father, said Hinata without stuttering. This surprised Hiashi the most. Yes, I approve, he's a good man and I know he'll protect you, said Hiashi. Naruto then pulled Hinata towards him and kissed her full on the mouth again. This caused Hinata to faint. Ah Hinata, we've really got to work on that, said Naruto while Hiashi stood there leaning against a fence post laughing so hard tears fell from his eyes. He then took Hinata inside and bade Naruto a good night. Naruto nodded, then went back to his apartment with only one thing on his mind. Someone loves me, he thought. Hinata awoke the next morning to the sun filtering in through her dark blue curtains. She just had the most wonderful dream. She dreamt that Naruto actually kissed her not once but 3 times, and that her father also approved of their union. She sighed and got out of bed to find she was still wearing her normal clothes. Must have been so tired I forgot to change, she thought. As she grabbed a change of cloths and a bath towel and headed to the bathroom to take a shower. She came out of the bathroom fully dressed in her usual tight shin-high blue pants with a black t-shirt with a fishnet shirt under that. She walked out to her family training ground for her early morning training with her father. She walked out to see her father waiting patiently for her to arrive. So Hinata, am I going to be able to keep your full attention? Asked Hiashi with a smirk on his face. Yes, father. Why? Asked Hinata. Well, I'd have thought you would have had your mind on your boyfriend, said Hiashi. His smirk turned into a full-fledged grin. Hinata's face turned a brilliant shade of red. It wasn't a dream, was her last thought before she fainted. This caused Hiashi to laugh so hard that his tears fell from his face again. Naruto awoke giving a loud yawn. He felt great today. He had just found out the night before that someone actually loved him. But that was also something that confused him. Did he love her? He'd never known love and therefore didn't know how to love. I know who to ask, he thought. He then dressed and hopped out the window to the village hot springs. Hinata awoke to find herself laying on the grass. About time you woke up. I thought you were going to sleep the morning away, said Hiashi. Hinata darted straight up. I'm sorry, father, said Hinata as a red tint grazed her cheeks. You're forgiven, Hinata. Now hurry along or you'll miss your training session with your sensei, said Hiashi. Hinata nodded, then took off towards Team 8's training grounds, leaving her smirking father behind her. Naruto was hopping from rooftop to rooftop till he heard a loud yell coming from the hot springs. Sounds like he's been found out, thought Naruto, shaking his head as he continued running until he saw Jiraiya. Running from an angry mob of towel-covered women, Naruto shook his head again, then threw a smoke bomb in front of the girls, then grabbed his sensei. Then returned to the rooftop that he'd been previously. Thanks, Naruto, that was a close one, said Jiraiya, peeking over top the roof. You're welcome, sensei. Now I have a question, said Naruto. What is it, Naruto? Asked Jiraiya in an annoyed tone. What is love? Asked Naruto. This caught Jiraiya off guard. Well, Naruto, love is, said Jiraiya, unable to think of something. Well, love is something that people naturally feel for the people and animals they care about. It's a bond stronger than any ninjutsu, genjutsu, or taijutsu, said Jiraiya. I don't understand, said Naruto with a confused look on his face. Why the sudden interest? Asked Jiraiya. Well, someone close to me told me they love me, and well, I kind of kissed her, but I don't know if I love her or if it's just some kind of emotion. As a child I grew up without knowing any other emotions except anger, hate, fear, and some happiness. I don't know anything else, said Naruto. What you must have gone through to turn you into what you are, thought Jiraiya. Then it hit him. Wait a minute, you said you kissed a girl, so tell me, Naruto, who's the lucky lady? Asked Jiraiya, nudging him in the arm. Naruto gave him a demonic glare. You're lucky you're my sensei, because if you were anyone else you wouldn't have that arm right now, said Naruto as Jiraiya stopped instantly. And to answer your question, it's Hinata Hyuga, said Naruto, now looking towards the forest. Jiraiya sighed. Naruto, there isn't anything that I can tell you that will explain the emotion of love, because honestly I myself don't know any more than you, said Jiraiya. Well, thanks anyway, sensei. Oh, and I have a request, said Naruto. Name it, said Jiraiya as Naruto raised his shirt. When I was inside the forest of death I ran into a man that called himself Orochimaru. He placed some sort of seal on top of the Death Reaper seal, said Naruto, drawing some of his chakra showing the two seals. Interesting, said Jiraiya, placing his hand on Naruto's stomach. An odd seal over an even seal. It's amazing you're able to draw any chakra at all, said Jiraiya. Can you remove it? Asked Naruto. Just hold still for a second, said Jiraiya as his fingers glowed a bright blue, then he thrust it into his stomach. Five-pronged elemental seal release, said Jiraiya as Naruto gasped for air as the release jutsu undid the seal. Naruto then felt the fox's power return to him as his connection was restored with the fox. Naruto allowed the chakra to flow through him. Then he sent it back to the seal. Thank you, sensei, said Naruto, bowing to Jiraiya. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I've got research to do, said Jiraiya as he headed back to the hot springs. Naruto smirked as he took off towards the forest to train for his upcoming match against whoever fate decided. Hinata and Kiba waited patiently for Kakashi-sensei to arrive. Well, Hinata did anyway. Where is he? Yelled Kiba, pacing up and down the small bridge. Suddenly their vision was clouded by a puff of smoke as Kakashi-sensei appeared from nowhere. Good afternoon, guys, said Kakashi with a smile. You're late, growled Kiba. Akamaru, who had been lying on the bridge, gave a yawn as his greetings. Yeah, I had a few things to take care of, said Kakashi. Well, what are we doing today? Asked Kiba. You are going to be practicing your chakra control, Kiba, and you, Hinata, will be continuing your training with the Chidori, said Kakashi. Hinata nodded, then began to perform the hand signs. Then she gathered her chakra in her hand. It started to chirp. As it billed in her hand, unbeknownst to them, a pair of red eyes, each with a single tomo, was watching their training. It's been a week since Naruto had the seal removed. He was now heading towards the ninja training gym. Inside was a raised platform with two winding staircases. It was large enough to find an entire cathedral comfortably. A statue carved into the shape of two hands that formed the tiger hand sign above them. In the wall behind them was a large screen. Naruto joined the group of shinobi that had made it past the second exams. These included Team 7, Team 8, Team 9, and Kakashi's rivals team that called themselves Team Guy. This team consisted of a boy with eyebrows as thick as caterpillars wearing a green jumpsuit with his headband around his waist. His hair was cut into that of a bowl. The female ninja of the team wore a tight pink sleeveless shirt with a pair of loose-fitting green sweatpants. The third and final member of this team was the boy that Naruto had seen the only time he'd had breakfast with the Hyugas. His eyes were pale white, his hair was as down to the length of his shoulders, he wore a loose Titan-colored t-shirt with blue-colored shorts. The rest of the genin consisted of a team from the village hidden in the sound and a team of ninja from the village hidden in the grass. Welcome all of you to the preliminary round of the Chunin exams. Once you leave here, if you win you will be able to fight in the semi-final rounds in a month's time. Now then, if you will please direct your attention to the screen, your names will be picked at random and you will then come down here and fight, said the third Hokage from the platform. There was a puff of smoke and a Junin appeared. I'll be your referee, said the ninja as everyone directed their attention to the scoreboard. Kiba Inuzuka vs. Kankuro. Kiba smirked as a Kamaru popped out from beneath his coat. Ready boy, he whispered, getting a small bark from the ninja hound. Then the dog jumped out from within his jacket while everyone headed up the stairs except for Kankuro. He then pulled something that was wrapped up from behind his back, then in a puff of smoke it turned into a puppet. Well, what do ya say we get this party started, said Kiba to the Junin. The man nodded. Begin, he shouted, then jumped out of the way. Kiba, if you don't make it to the finals I'm gonna K you, said Naruto with a smirk on his face. This caused both Kiba and Akamaru to gulp. Sounds like your teammate is nearly as bloodthirsty as Gaara, said Kankuro. You've got no idea, said Kiba as Akamaru jumped in front of him. Akamaru then changed into an exact clone of Kiba, then they both spun at Kankuro's puppet, causing it to shatter in an instant. What, that's impossible, said Kankuro. Not for us, said Kiba as he and Akamaru prepared to attack again. Kankuro raised his arm. I forfeit, he said to the referee, who nodded. Kiba Inuzuka and Akamaru win, said the Junin. The two genin nodded to each other, then took their positions with their teammates as two more names popped up on the screen. Rock Lee v. Sasuke Uchiha. The boy dressed in the green jumpsuit jumped from the platform, as did Sasuke. They both took their respective fighting stances. And begin, said the Junin as he jumped back to the platform. Sasuke activated his Sharingan as his eyes turned red with a single tomo on each eye. Then both boys disappeared from the view of those who either weren't Hokage or had never seen Naruto fight in his Kyuubi shroud. To them both fighters appeared to move at normal speed. Sasuke and Lee exchanged a barrage of kicks and punches, none of which did any real damage until Lee kicked Sasuke in the jaw, sending him rocketing skyward. Then Lee jumped up with him. His bandages that covered his hands became undone and wrapped around Sasuke. Then he crossed his feet around Sasuke's face as they dive-bombed to the ground in a spiral motion. There was a huge explosion as the floor now had a great hole in it. Once the dust settled, Lee stood next to an unconscious Sasuke. Nice, said Naruto beside Hinata. Next names on the board were a ninja from the grass and a ninja from the sound. The match was one of the shorter matches. At the sound, ninja destroyed his opponent's eardrums. The next match, Hinata Hyuga v. Neji Hyuga. Oh no, whispered Hinata. Naruto looked at her with a confused look. What's the problem, Hinata? You're stronger than he is. Just go out there and mop the floor with him, said Naruto. Hinata looked at Naruto with surprise. He's giving me encouragement, she thought. She then hopped down from the platform, as did Neji. You might as well surrender now. There is no way you can possibly win, said Neji. Whatever confidence Hinata had vanished. Her gaze fell to the floor. Oh no, thought Kakashi. But brother, said Hinata. He's her brother, said Kiba. Not really, he's been around her so much that she considers him her brother, when actually he's her cousin, said Kakashi. That's slightly disturbing, said Kiba, turning his attention back to the fight. You may begin, said the Junin. Hinata, do it, said Neji firmly as Hinata started to raise her hand. Hinata, don't listen to him, said Naruto. Hinata stared at Naruto with a surprised look. He's doing it, Agarin, she thought as excitement rose through her. She then turned to her cousin. Neji, I will not back down, she said, taking her fighting stance while Neji took the same stance. Then they began to slap at each other, but the sounds of heaving hits echoed throughout the room. Sensei, what are they doing? It looks like they're just slapping each other, said Kiba. Neji and Hinata are using the Hyuga style of fighting called the gentle fist. What appears to be just simple slaps are actually quite painful to their opponent because the gentle fist style teaches the users to force chakra from their body and into the body of the opponent, thus causing more internal harm than external, said Kakashi. Naruto's eyes widened. Hinata, get out of there, he shouted Naruto, causing Kakashi and Kiba to shift their attention back to the fight. They looked to see Hinata kneeling on the ground. Ref, call the match, shouted Naruto as Hinata staggered to her feet. Hinata, forfeit before you're ked, said Naruto again. No, Naruto, I will fight him and I will win, said Hinata. Hinata, listen to me, you've got nothing left to prove, you've already showed you're strong by standing up to him, said Kiba. Hinata turned to Kiba and glared at him. Well, it looks like she's finally grown a spine, said Naruto with a grin. Suddenly she fell flat on her face as she coughed up blood. Naruto jumped from the platform. He walked over to her lifeless body and knelt beside her as a small puddle of her blood reflected his face. He then looked up at Neji, his eyes glowed fiery red as a wave of fury welled up inside him. Neji was it. I'm going to let you know when we meet in our next fight, I will KO you, said Naruto. As he started to perform a set of hand signs, then he placed his palms over Hinata, then a green chakra emanated from his hands. As he healed her, Neji wins, called the Junin. As a medical team walked into the room to take Hinata away. She was weak, she deserved what she got, said Neji. This caused a wave of dark energy to hit him like a ton of bricks. He turned to see Naruto's body covered in a one-tailed fox shroud. His eyes were blood red, his pupils were vertical SS, his whisker marks were thicker, his fingernails lengthened to claws. I take back what I said, I'll just KO you now, said Naruto in a growl-like tone as he advanced upon his prey. He stood as still as a statue, as if he were paralyzed. What is he? Thought Neji as he still had Byakugan activated. He could see the face of the nine-tailed fox within Naruto's chakra coils. What are you? Said Neji. Naruto's fanged lips curled into a smile. Wouldn't you like to know? He said as he ran towards Neji, his clawed fist poised to knock his head from his shoulders. When he was stopped by Kakashi and Guy grabbing him by the legs and arms. You two have got 3 seconds to release me or I'll KO the both of you, said Naruto in a growl-like tone. Naruto, this isn't the time for this, you're up next, said Kakashi nodding to the board. Naruto Uzumaki. V. Tenten. Naruto pulled himself free, then walked to the center of the gym, his fox chakra tail swished with anticipation. Kakashi was now once again standing beside Kiba. I pity her, she's not going to last too long against Naruto, especially since he's ticked off, said Kiba nearly laughing. That's not too amusing, Kiba. Naruto's more likely to KO now that he's enraged, said Kakashi. Nah, she's a Konoha ninja, Naruto wouldn't do that, said Kiba. Wouldn't he? Asked Kakashi. Kiba's face showed uncertainty. Begin, said the Junin as the girl from Team Guy pulled out a small scroll. I'm sorry, but I don't have time to play, so I'm just going to finish this, said Naruto. He then disappeared from view. Incredible, he's got that much control over the Kyuubi's chakra, thought the third. Naruto reappeared behind the Tenten, who jumped forwards to dodge Naruto's attack only to find he hadn't made any attack. Naruto's mind was racing with the thought that Hinata might and it was all his fault. I shouldn't have told her to fight him, he thought as the fox's shroud began to dissipate. Hey, if you're not going to fight then I'll finish this, said Tenten. She then unrolled her scroll, then jumped into the air. She applied chakra to the scroll as she spun in the air, causing weapons of all kinds and makes to strike Naruto. Naruto let out a mighty roar that caused the weapons to fall uselessly to the ground. Then Naruto jumped at the weapon's mistress. Then punched her in the head, causing it to leave her body. Both fell to the ground with a sickening thud. Her skull cracked, causing blood within it to pour onto the floor while a larger puddle flowed from her lifeless corpse. Naruto then turned to the shinobi before him. Harm one of mine and I KO one of yours, he growled as several of the girls started to dry heave from what they just saw. He's a monster, shouted a grass ninja. Naruto turned to him with a smirk. That, my friend, was only a fraction of my power. If you want to see a real monster then keep pushing me, said Kyuubi Naruto. He's another Gaara, thought Kankuro as Naruto ran out the doors for what reason he was unsure. Naruto ran as fast as he could to the hospital where he found Hinata had just arrived and was being prepped for emergency healing. "Where is she?" asked QB Naruto to the receptionist filing her nails. "Ah, where is whom?" asked the lady. "Hinata Hyuga," said QB Naruto. "Sorry, but you're not next of kin and I wouldn't let a filthy demon like you anywhere near her," said the woman cruelly. This caused Naruto's anger to explode as his shroud took on 2 more tails, then in a single swipe he obliterated her desk. "You've got exactly 2 seconds to tell me where she is before you end up like your desk," said QB Naruto as his shroud exploded with a red fury. The woman's face became chalk white. "Second floor, room 212 inches," said the woman, then Naruto swiped at her, causing her to turn into a pile of ribbons of F. He snickered as he made his way to the room he was told of. There he saw Hinata resting comfortably. He then placed his shroud-covered palms above her as the fox's chakra started to heal her internal organs. He could feel her racing heartbeat begin to slow down until it was slow and steady. Her wounds now fully healed, Naruto breathed a sigh of relief and sat in chair beside her bed and allowed sleep to take him. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.